the Union Station here at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Outside of the projects, or inside the projects here. No children so far coming through. Anyways, I'm thinking this morning here at 2 a.m. of the Connecticut prison where I was housed for like a week. So, hey, and they had a bulletin board in the cafeteria at the prison, and kind of interesting. It was like, hey, they had all these like really nice, colorful kind of family pictures of these young men who have been murdered and slaughtered in Connecticut. And if you have any information, boys, while you're here, of like who might have like killed this child or that child, please, contact your counselor, when you see him or her next at the prison. Anyways, among all these colorful rainbow pictures was this one picture, kind of black and white. I mean, you would look at it and say, oh, it's black and white. And like, yeah, but I can't tell. I couldn't tell. But I reckon it like stood out. It was a ghostly image of an older 40 years old, 50 years old, 60-year-old black man, with kind of a Socrates ring on his head, this kind of laurel on his head. But what stood out is that he was the picture, the quality of the picture. It wasn't this colorful, rainbow kind of, my family gave them this picture and hopefully justice will be served. It was just this horrific kind of ghost-like image of a black man, like wide-eyed and open and just like looking out at the camera as the picture was taken. And it was taken in 2011. And he died. This man was murdered by arson. He was murdered by fire. And that's all I could get from the bill, was that he was murdered by fire. That was it. It was like fire and homicide and stuff. And I looked at this guy, it's like, wow. It's like, how do I know like this like picture, older man, no boy, he's 50, 55, he's a contemporary of mine. How do I know him? And why does this odd picture among all these like kind of Snapchat, Instagram photos of young boys like take me, And then it dawned on me. It was like I left Pasadena one summer in this to visit old friends after I moved into an apartment in Phoenix. After I'd been there, it was a summer or two that I decided to go back to Pasadena where I was homeless and visit old friends. And my sister at the time would not return any calls or return any emails and things like that about like, hey, I'm coming up to Pasadena. I need a place to stay. Would you happen to have some room free that I can, stay with you, sister? And so I went up there and I stayed on the streets. I stayed, on the streets. And one of the places I stayed was a parking lot very near to the apartment building where I used to live. And, not thinking of the times or the times of change, I was awoken in the morning, 3 o'clock or so, whatever, by this truck or van or Jeep or whatever it was. I don't know, and I really don't care. But it was a security guard barreling into the parking lot that obviously homeless men, frequented in this area. And he woke me up. I said, get up, get up, get up. You can't stay here. I'm like, all right. I was like, no, I ain't gonna argue with you. It's like, get up, give it up. It's like, get out. You can't be here. I'm like, okay, whatever you want. It's like, I'm homeless. I have no rights. I realize, do whatever you want. Say. But he said, you can't come back here again. I was like, all right. He's like, hey, but, I need to take a picture of you. I'm like, he's security. He's not police. It's not police or anything. He's security. I'm like, all right. I was like, I don't know what you guys are up to these days, but okay. He's like, and it's like, it's like, I need to take a picture of you. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it's like, so he took a picture of me and on this like kind of, cell phone camera, and I caught an image of it before he, tucked it back away in his holster. And he said, now, you ought to know we now have a picture of you. So if we need to, we can use this picture of you to put you in jail, So, you can't say, well, I didn't know, or I wasn't aware, or, we now have a picture of you. And I remember that picture of me, at 3 o'clock in the morning, grainy, black and white, kind of ghost-like image, and I'm like, wow. I was like, hey.